When I look at the two candidates that we have, the two candidates that's up and running right now, we have a Hillary and we have a Trump. And it's almost like asking me, which way do I want to die? I'm dead up serious, because it's like asking me, okay, I'm finna stab you, I'm finna poke you up and kill you. Do you want the sharp, shiny shank, or do you want the dull, rusty one?
You wonder why I stop and stare every time that you are near.
Dodo.
Just because, just because, just because I love. You wonder why, you wonder why.
Chris, welcome to the Gun Lounge. I hate politics. I really do. I hate it with a passion. I hate everything about the corruption. I hate the under the table bag money, that backdoor politics as usual. I hate the corporate interests in politics, the money in politics. I hate these candidates standing up and slandering each other back and forth. I hate political season. That's all we see on TV is hatred. I hate seeing these candidates prop themselves up to say, look, my sin is less greater than what the next candidate's sin is. I just hate everything about it. But at the same time, I respect politics enough to know that if you don't get involved or participate to a degree, it has a major impact on everything that you do and everything and how this world and your life works. So it's almost a necessary evil. It's crazy how that is. Me, what is my political religion? My political religion is atheist. I don't subscribe to political ideologies of right and left. I don't. I'm an individual and I take an individual stance. I have some Republican views, I have some Democratic views, a little bit of both, but at the end of the day, I make my own decisions and I move based on personal interests, as we all should. I look at politics like a business transaction. A business transaction, because that's all politics and the presidency is a business transaction. That's all it is. When you look at how all these other groups benefit or get ahead, it's a business transaction. They say, I'll give you some of this as long as I get the benefit of this. That's how it works. That's how the world works. It's business related. Politics, to me, it's like an abusive relationship. It's like a girl who says, hey, I just got in this new relationship, and an old girl holds her up and be like, wait a minute, his last 3 baby mamas, he beat on them like really bad. And she say, it's okay, he ain't gonna do that to me. Then he give her the hand-to-hand combat, and it's like, there you go, getting the same results that you've always gotten, because nothing's changed, and it never has. It can't. This is the way it works. When I look at the two candidates that we have, the two candidates that's up and running right now, we have a Hillary and we have a Trump. And it's almost like asking me, which way do I want to die? I'm dead up serious, because it's like asking me, okay, I'm finna stab you, I'm finna poke you up and kill you. Do you want the sharp, shiny shank, or do you want the dull, rusty one? It's like, come on, I don't want neither. That's not what I want. I really wish that we could start all over, is what I really want. I really wish we could say, you know what, this was fun, this was cool, this was entertaining, we were entertained by this, but we starting over. We not putting either one of you in. We gonna start back over from ground zero. No one says we have to have an election in November. Let's start over. Let's start back at ground zero. Let's actually get candidates that have the qualifications that we need, because we have a consistent voting pattern in this country for voting for who's going to screw us the least. Really, that's how we do. That's how we vote. We vote for which candidate is going to kill us the slowest, which one is going to have a slower way of demise. There's a fast way to kill this country and there's a slow way to kill this country. How do we vote? And it's not like we vote for it like we're so in love with a Hillary or so in love with a Donald Trump. We just hate the other candidate that much more that we will vote for the other one so that we do not get the other candidate that we hate. That's how we vote. That's been the voting pattern of this country for over 60 years now. Look at history. So who am I voting for? 2016, it's coming up real quick here in November. You have a Donald Trump and you have a Hillary. Who am I voting for? I'm not voting for any of these candidates. That's not finna happen. I look at my vote like a marriage certificate. You stamp on it and say, till death do we part. I'm going to give you my word, my voice. I'm going to give you my hope and my passion and everything I have in hopes that you will do the best job for me without nothing in return, no collateral. How does that work? I'm not voting that way. It's crazy. Like I said, when I vote, it's a business transaction. What can you do for me? What can you do for my culture? And what can you do for the country overall? And on top of what you say you're going to do you have the credibility? Do you have the track record in your background that you can prove you're able to do what you said you're going to do based on what you've done in the past? And the answer for a lot of them candidates is no, they don't. They don't have that. It don't exist. So why am I not voting for a Donald Trump? It's not because I dislike him or hate him that much. That's not what it is. Because really what we do need in this country is a financial injection, an economic plan, something that's viable. That's what we do need in this country at this point, is economics from somebody who's really lived in the business world and built a business in this business world, not a political career, a business world. But at the same time, I don't believe that you have the passion for the people that I or a lot of other people might have for the people in this country, because you grew up a millionaire, because you grew up with your father being a millionaire who financed you and made you and helped to fund you so that you could become the billionaire tycoon of what you are today. So no, there's no way that you're possibly in touch with the people of the land because you haven't come where we come from. And on top of that, I believe that Donald Trump is a warmonger. I believe that you love war. You don't do a good job at controlling your mouth and the things that you say. You have a egotistical thing about you. Sometimes that's a good thing. It worked for Kobe Bryant, but that's basketball. We're talking about going to war and lives on the line. I think you're going to have us in more wars than what we need to be in, and war is not what we need right now. That's how you waste money. Trillions of dollars be spent to go to war for no reason, you know? Why am I not voting for Hillary Clinton? Come on now, are you serious? I can't vote for Hillary Clinton. I can't vote for the same lady that said and called and stamped off and labeled all young black men as super predators. Come on now, that don't even make sense. I can't stand behind and vote for the very lady that said she idolizes Margaret Sanger, that is her idol and she looks up to her, that is her inspiration. And Margaret Sanger is the lady that stood behind eugenics, the extermination of the black gene, openly and admittedly. Putting Planned Parenthoods in every hood and trying to abort the black baby to death? You think I could stand behind that? How does that even look? Or her husband, Hillary Clinton, who is one of the top goons for the mass incarceration of the black man, who holds the record next to Reagan for locking up the most black males ever, who supported them stupid 3-strike Rockefeller drug laws and all these crazy things, and that don't even make sense for me to vote for something like that. That's against everything that I stand for. How does that even sound? And then people say, well, you're not voting for Bill Clinton, you're voting for Hillary. But on the other side, they'll say, well, the presidential experience comes from, Bill Clinton. So it's almost like getting Bill back in office. You can't have it two ways. Come on now, let's be serious with this. But she's involved in every major scandal in the White House. Every major scandal. All I'm saying is these candidates are paths that we going down, presidential candidates. Our moral paths are not the same on either side. I don't respect none of them. I have zero love for either one of them. So I'm not going to take my vote, my stamp of approval, and stamp it off on one of these candidates who I don't believe in and say, this is my word and my word is bond and you good to go with it. It's not going to work for me. I don't operate like that, man. I believe in something and it's not that. It's over. So I'm telling you, I'll vote for the Kakarot before I vote for one of these screwballs. It's not finna happen. I'll vote for the Saiyan before I vote for one of these idiots to sit in the White House and make decisions that's gonna impact and affect me and my family that way. And they say, well, if you don't vote, then you can't complain because you didn't cast a vote in, so you cannot complain. What you mean? I don't complain. I ain't never complained. It ain't about complaining to me because complaining don't do anything. But at the end of the day, it's a difference between critiquing and complaining. You see, I didn't vote for Chevy to change the body style of the Impala. I didn't vote on the new body style of Chevy Malibu. So you telling me if I didn't sit on the board of Chevy and I didn't vote that I can't critique the car? You telling me if I don't vote for the president that's in the presidential seat, I can't critique the president? Get out of here with that, man. That's crazy. I can't just cast a vote when my vote is my word and my bond, and you can't stand behind it because we know that's not how politics works. You're not able to keep your word as a politician. It just don't work that way. So at the end of the day, visit thegunlounge.com. That's THAgunlounge.com. Pick up some nice pieces for you and the lady because it's coming to a crazy time that we heading in. It's going to be civil unrest with one of these candidates that comes in because people are going to be so pissed that the other one's not in. It is what it is, man. I'm out.